Hi, this is Bill Cullen. We call the show Cullen's Adventures, and we're going to engage in a bit of time traveling today, back to 19th century New England, for the purpose of paying a brief birthday tribute to the gentleman celebrated among his contemporaries as the Sage of Concord. Our program is presented as a special service by this station and is furnished by Grolier Incorporated, publishers of the Book of Knowledge, the foremost children's encyclopedia for more than 50 years. Today marks the birth date of the Boston minister's son, who served as one of the chief gardeners in what has come to be known as the flowering of New England. Name, Ralph Waldo Emerson. Occupation, lecturer, essayist, and poet. Birth date, May the 25th, 1803. Back in the 1830s, when the literary center of the country shifted north to the pleasant little Boston suburb called Concord, Mr. Emerson was the chief figure of the inner circle. The group which gathered around him came to be known as the Transcendentalists, and the men and women who were a part of it aspired to high ideals in thought and action. As pointed out in the section on American literature in the Book of Knowledge, the titles of Emerson's essays give a clue to the philosophical problems which concerned him most: self-reliance, experience, nature. In these essays, he returns again and again to the core of his beliefs in the dignity of man, the sacredness of the individual, that there should be a balance between head and heart in thought and action, conscience and a sense of responsibility. He thought these should be the guides to conduct. Though Emerson was trained as a minister and preached occasionally until he was in his early 40s, he was best known to his contemporaries as a speaker on the lecture circuit. Lecture courses were very fashionable in those days, and Emerson was a big box office draw wherever he went, not only in New England, but in the middle and western states too. The lectures were the basis of his essays, the works by which he's best known today. The image most people have of Ralph Waldo Emerson now, I think, is a rather sober one, the proper Bostonian in every sense of the word. But he had a sense of humor too, and on this Cullen's Adventures birthday tribute to the Sage of Concord, we thought it might be nice if we permitted him to show this twinkle-in-the-eye part of his character by reading a poem of his called The Mountain and the Squirrel. Befitting the thoughtful bent of its creator, the poem does have a philosophical point to make, but it's hardly in a straight-laced, sober-minded way. In any event, here it is. The mountain and the squirrel had a quarrel. The former called the latter Little Prig. Said the squirrel, "You are doubtless very big, but all sorts of things and weather must be taken in together to make up a year and a sphere. And I think it no disgrace to occupy my place. If I'm not so large as you, you are not so small as I, and not half so spry. I'll not deny you make a very pretty squirrel track. Talents differ. All is well and wisely put. If I cannot carry forests on my back, neither can you crack a nut." Happy birthday, Ralph Waldo Emerson, and time's up for our Cullen's Adventures meeting for today. Oh, I have time to slip in this one quick invitation to parents. We have put together a booklet containing some more interesting and exciting facts and figures, which I'm sure you'll enjoy reading. If you'd like to receive a copy to pass on to the youngsters in the house, let us hear from you. There's no charge for it. All we need is your name and address on a postcard. Mail it to Cullen's Adventures, Box 3400, Grand Central Station, New York City, and the booklet is yours. I'll be back again tomorrow for another of these Cullen's Adventure segments, furnished by Grolier Incorporated, publishers of the Book of Knowledge. Until then, thank you and goodbye for now.